Hey guys, and welcome back to American Truck Sim. American Truck Sim hype! Oh man, it's so good to be back playing this. So great. Bath now. Let's check where the heck we are and decide what we need. It has been a while since I last played ATS. Okay, we're here, so the best place in Barstow is going to be the train station. This one. Which is good, so we can get a 24 bucker for a fucking distance. Yes, please. See, the good thing about that is not only next rest stop's in 2 hours, we have. Oh, okay, I've not actually picked up the job yet. But apparently, or so I've been told, is that whatever job you take takes into account your fuck, drive right, Stejo. Drive right. Whatever job you take takes into account when your next rest stop is. So even if you've got a like super urgent delivery to do, it'll still take into account your rest stop. So you don't need to worry about it that much. Or so I've been told, so I'm going to pick up this super urgent delivery that we've got right now that's going to have to be done in like a bajillion miles per hour, and then we're probably gonna have to go and grab a couple of Z's as well. As long as our grabbing of Z's doesn't take us too far out of the way. I was like, why is it GPS tracked? It's not, Stejo, it's you that's GPS tracked. It's only £14,000, so it's not actually that heavy compared to some of the loads that we've been hauling. So with any luck, this truck will be able to do it. Probabilities? Did I seriously just fucking slam right into that? It's alright, man. I'm tired right now, leave me alone. I'm tired, I've been going through some shit lately, and all I do is drive some trucks, and you've got to go and park your fucking trailer right where I'm driving, eh? The nerve of some people. But yeah, so, some of you have, well, actually, I'm English. So I have, I've been chatting with a couple of you guys in the comment section about getting a steering wheel and some pedals for the game, and a track IR, because I feel like it would make the game just so much more fun, and obviously I'd be able to drive a bit better if I had pedals and a steering wheel. And some of you guys have been generous enough to actually donate money towards the steering wheel and the pedals. So I'm going to say if any, in the track IR obviously, but I'm going to say if any of you guys are interested in donating towards it, if you send any money to the Feed Stejo Fund and put in the description that you are donating specifically for American Truck Sim peripherals, then let me know. I think one of the guys called it the Get Stejo to Play American Truck Sim with anything but a fucking keyboard and mouse fund, and I think that quite aptly surmised what the fund is supposed to be for. But yes, so if you feel like donating to that, then feel free. You are by no means obliged. Ah man, especially to donate to a fuck who can't actually speak English. That would help. Actually, talking about that, I got a comment today, and I'm not in the greatest of moods at the moment, which anyone who follows me on Twitter will probably have known this, but I got a fuck today in my comment section. I don't normally get riled up by these types of things, but I'm in a sensitive fucking position right now, okay? So, I had a guy in the comment section, he's like, learn to speak English, for fuck's sake, ... And I was like, and I replied with some might call it a nasty retort. But the sad thing is, it's like, this dude, this self-entitled prick, to paraphrase my comment to him, it's like, dude, I can probably speak English better than you, or I could probably speak more good English than you, brother. I was trying to think of some retarded way to say that, but yeah, like, it's like, Jesus Christ, don't be a fucking dick. Why do people feel the need to be a dick online? Like, you know, did your fucking mother never teach you, like, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all? Yeah. Actually, a fucking interesting story for you. I got a copy of a game from a PR company. This was a while ago. I got a copy of a game from a PR company, and it was a game that, like, by the looks of it and the trailers and things like that, looked to be a pretty decent game. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to record this. I'm going to shove it up on the channel. It would be great. So I requested a copy of the PR company and got sent a copy. And I played through the game and I recorded like 2 episodes. And then midway through recording the 3rd episode, none of these got published. Midway through recording the 3rd episode, I encountered a bug that was unsurpassable. So basically, like, it was a game breaker. Like, I couldn't get past the bug in order to advance the game any. And like throughout the entire game, holy shit, it's tumbleweed again! Throughout the entire game, I'm going to start freaking out now and have to fucking pull over. They're attacking me! Throughout the game, if you haven't seen that YouTube video, by the way, I suggest you go and see it. It's like chick freaks out at tumbleweed or something like that. It's fucking hilarious. Regardless, so throughout the game I was encountering more and more bugs and deciding like that I pretty much just didn't enjoy the game. And what have we got till the rest stop? I've got an hour and a half. I'm gonna dodge you, rest area, you dodgy fucking hitchhiker murdering rest area. And so yeah, so I was getting through the game and I was like, yeah, this game, like, it's buggy as shit. It's kind of janky. Like, there's fucking strange texture malformations, etc., etc. And it was just overall not done very well. But I thought, I've already started recording, so you know what, we'll stick with it. And then I encountered the game breaking bug, and I thought, no, you know what, I'm not going to record any. And then about a week later, I get an email from this PR guy, and I promise you, this story does have a point. Tumbleweeds. So about a weeks. Yeah, I can speak in England, I promise. About a week later, I get this email back from the PR guy that sent me the game, and he's like, oh, so, yeah, I sent you a game, but I've noticed that you didn't actually cover it on your channel. What's the deal? I was like, well, sorry to tell you, but when I was younger, my mother taught me that if you can't say anything good about something, then don't say anything at all. Hence the reason I didn't cover your fucking piece of shit game. I didn't say that, I'm paraphrasing again, obviously. I'm actually kinda a nice guy, contrary to popular belief. So, yeah, like... Yeah, apparently that's a funny story. I've been told by many YouTubers that they really like that because it's just a don't take any shit from PR companies, because it's like a self-entitled thing. It's like, if I try a game and it's not good, don't ask me why I didn't try it, because the reason's probably going to be I didn't try it because it was trash. I thought this was a place to rest. I do apologise, game. I can now see the error in my ways, and it's the other piece of fucking scrap ground. Oh no, it's not. It's right there. Whoops, my bad. That's just me being an idiot. I nearly crashed into that guy's truck. That's probably not the best thing to be doing on a super urgent delivery. Put it that way. Right, stop, enter, rest. Let's get going. But yeah, so there's one story of the things of YouTube. Generally though, I'm pretty well regarded in the realms of indie developers and PR companies. I tend to... Basically because I tend to cover games if I get them, because I only normally request games that I'm sure I'm going to enjoy. And mostly because of that last... that story that I just mentioned. That's pretty much the reason that I now cover games... Like, I now only request games that I know I'm going to enjoy. And if someone sends me a key unsolicited, I always tell them, like, thanks a lot, I'm really busy at the moment and I might not have time to cover your game. But I do let them know that I try it. I try like every game that I get. And people may be like, Stager, like, don't fucking complain. I mean, you get to try fucking all these games for free, and you don't need to worry about paying for them, and like that's all you do for a job and shit. It's like, oh my god, it's like the most glorious job in the world. And don't get me wrong, the job is fucking fantastic. But the next time I play a fucking another Five Nights at Freddy's clone or a really shit asset flip from the Unity store, I'm gonna fucking scream, I tell you. The amount of fucking buggy pieces of shit I get sent is just fucking ridiculous. But I probably shouldn't talk about games. The thing is, like, I try to be really nice about things, about games and things, because I understand that, like, this is people's livelihoods. Like, people are trying to make it pretty much the exact same way as, like what we've just been talking about. Like, if you can't say anything good, then don't say anything at all. And it's like, if it's the exact same as a YouTube channel, like making a game company and doing stuff like that. It's the exact same as a YouTube channel. At the end of the day, you're self-employed, and you're running a startup business, and like, you put your heart and soul into everything that you do, and for someone to turn around and say it's just a steaming pile of shit is a bit fucking harsh. Even if it is a steaming pile of shit. I mean, everyone likes feedback, but there's a term in management, right? And I'm gonna go back to my my degree here, because like, I've got a business degree as well as a degree in law, just in case anyone didn't know, which I'll probably be talking about in my Q&A, which is something that I'm going to announce a bit later. Hey, hurry the fuck up. So yeah, I'll talk about my a bit of management. So in management, there's a thing called a shit sandwich, which I'm not sure if that's the technical term. It's probably not the technical term. I think it's, what is it? It's like buffered feedback or something fucking stupid like that. But a shit sandwich is the best way to describe it. So basically what you do is, if you ever try to give someone bad feedback, you give them something positive, then the shit feedback, and then something positive again, because you start off on a good note, you tell them that they're doing something shit, and then you finish off on a good note so that they don't feel as bad, but then they take it on board more readily. Because if you just say to someone, like, dude, what you're doing is shit, then they're going to take that sour. Like, they're going to be on the defensive as soon as you fucking said it. So you always want to use a shit sandwich. And I think this is something that can be easily transferred to YouTube comments. Like, if you want to say to someone, like, dude, I can't believe you missed that, I can't believe you missed that super obvious fucking fucking Tinted Rock and Binding of Isaac, you'd be like, oh my god, that was some awesome fucking dodging you done against the fucking hollow, but you missed this Tinted Rock here, but I mean, at least you still won, am I right? Haha. That type of thing. Like, obviously, that's a very strange analogy, but I mean, don't ever give someone just shit feedback. I don't ever do that. And it's a lot better if you trickle feed someone shit feedback, as opposed to just lumping it all on them at once. So there's a couple of places and a couple of people that I've spoke to who've worked at different companies, etc., who've had they've done like meetly. I was trying to say monthly and weekly at the same fucking time. They've had monthly review sessions where it's like come in and give feedback on how this person's been doing, and like, etc, etc. And it's like, and at those review sessions, people just lump you with a shit ton of fucking feedback. And the thing is, like, notice this is a bit of human psychology here. When people do stuff like that, they'll generally be trying to cover their own ass. So they've fucked up, but if they can unload as much shit on you as possible, then all attention will be on you as opposed to on whatever they've done. But yes, if you're the person in the other situation and you're just lumping a load of feedback on someone at a monthly review session, don't fucking do that. It does not help, and it will make that person resent you. If you can, shit sandwich them. Like, trickle feed them a shit sandwich, as opposed to just shitting on their head, like dumper trucking a ton of shit on their head. There you go, fucking business advice with Stejo. For those of you who don't know, and this is going to be something else I cover in the Q&A as well, something that I'm going to announce soon. And for those of you who don't, fucking, I can't speak today at all. It's too late, and I've got to be up in like 4.5 hours, like a regular trucker, I suppose. So yes, for those of you who don't know, I used to do freelance business consultancy, and I turned down a rather well-paying business consultancy position when I left university in order to pursue my fantastic YouTube career that I've got just now. Yay. I don't resent it at all, honestly. If I was to keep doing the business consultancy thing, I'd probably top myself. And obviously that's not something that I should be joking about, but I don't fucking care at this moment in time. But yeah, it's just not, like, it's not something that I can do. I'm one of these people who can't work for other people. I had too many instances where I was working under people who were absolute fucking dumbasses, and I just couldn't handle it. I feel like that's something that happens quite a lot due to corporate structures, etc., and it's kind of sad, man. Kind of sad, because there's a lot of really intelligent people that get put under fucking dumbasses and just can't hack the fact that they're only in the position they're in because they've been there for longer. It's really annoying. I'll tell you a little story from when I used to work in Santander, doing Santander is a European bank. I was doing investments, and I had like a monthly report thing, and I was being graded on my monthly report by someone who just started the job, who didn't understand how to properly grade the monthly reports. So she was going through all my cases, looking at them, and if a case hadn't came to a successful resolution, so that means that if the client had fucked up their form in some way, so they hadn't signed the form and sent it back, which fucking happens so many times, or they'd done something wrong, or they hadn't put their address in, or they hadn't put their name on the form, just something like that. Like that's obviously just one nuance of it, but say something stupid like that, it's completely out with my control. It's just the client's fucked up, and the case couldn't be resolved because of that. Not anything on my behalf. She had put that down on my record as being something that I'd done wrong. It was a failed case, as opposed to like a case in review, like something that needed to be chased up, which was really fucking annoying. So I had my feedback session with my boss at the time, my manager, who pulled me aside, and we had these feedback sessions after we got after the reviews were done anyway. Regardless of who done it, like if it was good or bad, we had the feedback sessions. And in the feedback session, they were like, "Yeah, Steejo, you had like 30%, like, no, was it 30? No, it was like 40% or something like that. 40% failed cases," and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like 40% of cases where essentially I had fucked up, which was basically like the outcome of it. It was like, yeah, you've handled these cases wrong, like, and it was like 40% of them, and obviously like that seems like a high percentage of cases where the client's fucked up. And a piece of advice for you: don't underestimate the stupidity of your clients. Don't ever underestimate that, because they can be fucking dumbasses. But regardless, I had like such a fucking high number of failed cases, and I was like, well, like, can we go through them? And we were like, yeah, fucking Mr. Johnson. And I was like, yeah, Mr. Johnson wasn't a failed case. Like, it was put to review because he'd forgot to sign his MOF, and it's like, right, okay. Like, so what? And I was like, so why has that been put through as a failed case? And it's like, well, the reviewer, the case reviewer put it through as failed, so it must have failed on something else. And it wasn't until like a couple of days later that I found out it was someone who'd just fucking started, who'd had zero fucking training on how to review cases, that had reviewed my cases. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Luckily, like, it didn't affect my bottom line or anything. Like, I was still making bank. But I was like, what the absolute fuck? So yeah, I swiftly quit that job after I realised that they were incompetent fucking fools. Which was sad, because once again, that was a good paying job that was going places, but my bosses were complete fucking toolbags. But there you go. There's another story of fucking Steejo's life. The life and times of a very cynical Scotsman. Alright, so let's get around the corner. I'm loving the tunes that kick in as soon as the delivery is a wee tad late. Alright, well there's nothing going that way. Oh, I need to slow down so I can get my lock over a bit quicker there. But yeah, so there's one of my stories. I've got so many more stories, which is why I've got a stretch goal. A stretch goal, like I'm fucking kickstarting myself. I've got a milestone on my Patreon for something that I like to call Storytime with Steejo, which is just going to be a series that will be over and above the regular content. I say regular content like I've actually been publishing regular content lately, but once again, those of you who follow my Twitter will know that I've been going through some shit right now it's made it a bit more difficult for me to publish regular content, but regardless. Yeah, where do you want it, mate? Right there, okie dokie. Regardless, the Storytime with Steejo is going to be over and above the regular content, and it's just going to be little stories of me fucking just giving you shit that I've been, like, that's happened in my life. I've got some interesting stories. I've got a lot of funny stories, a lot of great, like, interesting stories from different times where I used to work on building sites, etc. I'm one of these guys that's had like 1,000,001 jobs. I've never been fired from it. No, never been fired from a job. So that's definitely something I'm kind of proud about, that I've never been fired from a job. And I've never ever had one of those situations, you know, where you leave a job before you get fired. This fucking parking situation here is bugging the life out of me, so I'm just gonna fling it round here, like this. I was like, oh, there's a way that I can drive into that spot. Couldn't find it. Instructions unclear, stuck dicking it. Oh, I stuck my head back in the old cab there. I was wondering why everything went suddenly quiet. Freaked out a little bit. Thought that the day of reckoning had come. And Sigmar's blessing was not upon me. Alright, let's okay, well, let's actually straighten up a little bit, shall we? Let's swing it out that way a little tad. Oh, fucking hell. You were happy with that? Are you mad? Alright, I mean, if you're happy with it, I'll just fucking detach it, but sure. Jesus. I'm a sea dog, apparently. I don't know what I've done. What's the achievement? Sea dog. Deliver cargo to a port in Oakland and a port in San Francisco. Ah, good job, Steejo. That was alright, 8 grand. Can't complain at that one. Oh yeah, 23 minutes. Ah, oh, that's a good job there. We've got 15 grand. Oh, obviously it's all 100 granders, so I can't get rid of any. Let's have a little look at what's her face. Here, what's her face? Iona. Iona be a trucker. How you doing, my dear? I'm getting you to do just-in-time delivery. You're at 1.7 just now. What's your log? Can I see your log, Iona? You haven't actually done anything since the last time we checked this. Oh well. But yes, unfortunately that's going to have to do us for this episode, so do remember that if you've enjoyed the episode to drop a like down below and subscribe if you want to see more in the future, but I've been Steejo, you've been awesome, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.